Good afternoon. I'm very lucky to be joined today by Ben Habib, former MEP, of course, with the Brexit Party, successful businessman, and one of the early figures behind the inception of Reform UK. Ben has been very successful in shaping the party since its inception, but has since stepped aside, raising some concerns about its internal direction and governance. Over the past fortnight, Reform has been plagued by high-profile controversies, such as the abrupt resignation and swift return of Zia Yusuf over a row to do with the burqa ban, and also some questions about Nigel Farage's leadership style, and broader suggestions that the party lacks an internal constitution. And this, of course, is very significant at Reform's stage of growth if it wants to be a serious governing party. So thank you very much to Mr. Habib today for joining us, and hopefully you can help us understand some of these issues. My first question, Mr. Habib, is you were with Reform from its earliest days, a central part of its foundation and early message. How did and how has the party changed? And at what point did you feel it was beginning to drift away from its values?
So, a couple of things, if I may, Henry. The first thing I think viewers need to know is that the day before I agreed to join Reform, which was the 17th of March 2023, the day before that, I wrote an email to Richard Tice saying that I'd spoken to Nigel Farage on four or five crucial issues, um, none of which I got comfort on from Nigel Farage. And since he was the largest shareholder, it was a
Mm,
company, Reform UK still is a company, and he was the largest shareholder. Since he was the largest shareholder, I was declining to join. So actually, 24 hours before I joined the party, I'd actually declined to join on the basis that I had some fundamental differences with Nigel Farage. They included that he thought we had left the EU, and I don't believe we have.
Is that, sorry,
They,
sorry, Ben, is that
yeah,
to do with the issue of uh, kind of the what not fully leaving constitutionally?
yeah. For me, it's a fundamental constitutional point, and we voted for the United Kingdom to leave the European Union. And as you probably know, Henry, judging by the nature of your questions, Northern Ireland was to a very
Hmm.
significant extent left behind, subject to 300 different areas of EU law, um, dynamic alignment. So as the EU makes law, Northern Ireland follows it,
Hmm. Hmm.
and therefore also to the jurisdiction of a foreign court. And if you're following the laws of a foreign power and you're being adjudicated on by a foreign power, you're actually partly in that foreign power. So the United Kingdom has not left the European Union. And it's critical to me that people in this country understand it. It's a tragedy that they appear not to, because
Hmm.
it basically means that we can't govern the entire United Kingdom for the benefit of the United Kingdom. We're sort of, it's like someone trying to leave leave someone's home and their legs got stuck in the door and they can't get out. Are
Hmm.
you with me? And Nigel Farage says Brexit's done. It just hasn't been done particularly well. I say it hasn't been done, and that it may seem like a fine point to people, but I think it's a fundamental importance actually. Um, the other thing is that he's not solid on Northern Ireland. And this was quite clear to me back in March 2023 as well. He said he would back a certain Northern Irish party, even if they voted for the EU to continue to have control of Northern Ireland. And I said I wouldn't. Um, he said he wouldn't sign the letter that I had asked Richard Tice, who was the leader then, to sign, giving me comfort that the company, and the party would be run in a consensual manner. Nigel Farage had declined to sign it, and that caused me real concern. Um, and also, I was concerned about the source of the money for the party. There's a very rich man called Christopher Harborne, who donated a lot of money to the
Hmm.
Brexit Party, has donated a lot of money personally to Nigel Farage. And whilst I see nothing particularly wrong with that, I do have a real issue with Christopher Harborne also having donated £1 million to Boris Johnson. And I don't think that you can reconcile backing the Brexit Party and backing Boris Johnson, given what a disaster Boris Johnson was for Brexit.